Tori Penso became the first American woman to referee a men's World Cup match, the crowning moment in a very long and successful career for her at the top level of officiating, seen her referee domestically as well in the NWSL, the US Open Cup and the MLS, the first female full-time referee to referee an MLS as well, refereed the US Open Cup final in 2025. What a career it's been, and I'm delighted to say that Tori joins us now live on the show. Tori,
I think we have to just, first and foremost,
clap you in.
Absolutely.
Great to see, and not just a referee, Tori, at the World Cup, which is an achievement in itself. You were the head referee as well. Tell us how special the World Cup was for you in terms of your career and also as a moment for your family too.
I mean, it's incredible. This stage, the tournament itself hit so many records from attendance, the number of games, and to be a small part of that, the moment was just incredible for me personally, professionally, but of course for my three daughters to watch their mom on that global stage. They had the summer of their lives.
Tori, you've had the privilege of not just refereeing a men's World Cup, you've done a FIFA Women's World Cup final as well. So when I ask you this, what's the difference? Well, one of the differences between refereeing a major tournament on the men's side versus refereeing a marquee tournament on the women's side at a World Cup?
Soccer is soccer at the end of the day. There are a lot of differences between the men's and the women's games as it relates to the types of fouls, the types of embellishment or simulation we do or don't see perhaps in the women's game. But at the end of the day, it's all football. As far as the global stage, you know, the men's game is more eyeballs on it. There's greater pressure. It's a bigger tournament, but you're seeing the women's game grow and it is booming right now. And so to be in Australia, New Zealand in 23 with 75,000 fans in Sydney at that World Cup final, it was a moment for women's football. So it's been incredible to watch the women's game grow. And it's been an amazing journey to see both sides of the game.
For those of us who have played in Major League Soccer and now continue to work around Major League Soccer, watching you grow has been truly spectacular. And to see you perform at the FIFA World Cup, it wasn't just you. You weren't alone. There was a lot of us out there cheering you on, and congratulations for all the great work. Now, 25 years ago, giving away my age a little bit, Bibiana Steinhaus refereed one of my games in Germany, and she has since become a very good friend of mine. Now, fast forward to what we are witnessing in a FIFA World Cup. We have 170 officials at the FIFA World Cup. Only 3.5%, though, are females. What can we do to continue to grow the game, Tori, to get more females involved in the game, in the men's game in particular, especially when you see the achievement that you've just gone through?
Well, first, a big shout out to Bibi. She's a mentor of mine. She's someone who I looked up to, you know, before I stepped on the field in MLS. She was the woman who was working the field in the men's game. So she was someone that I looked up to and watched the way that she took the field with such composure and poise. It was an inspiration for me personally. And I hope that I am that for someone else out there, some little girl who looks up to the work that we do in MLS or perhaps at this World Cup and says, I want to give that a try. How incredible to be on that stage in that arena. But as far as growing the game, we need more referees in general. We need more people to have the courage to pick up the whistle and give it a try. For the women's game, we need more women referees in general. We need to give them opportunities. We need to take risks and put them in the game and let their performances speak for themselves. Because when women get the opportunity to blow the whistle, they always exceed expectations.
Well said, Tori. On this show, we often talk about the player's perspective or the manager's perspective of these big World Cup games. But can you take us into the referee's perspective? How were you feeling before your first World Cup match? How you felt during the game? Were you nervous? How you prepared for it? Give us an insight into what it was like.
We are more than prepared for the moment. It's a 4-year cycle for a referee to get to the World Cup stage. We are observed, we go through tournaments, we have seminars, we have fitness tests, we have to take laws of the game tests. So we are more prepared than the moment, recognizing that it's a high pressure stakes environment, right? These teams have also worked 4 years to get here, and they're representing their countries. And this stage is incredibly important for them. And so many of them are nervous and excited and anxious, and you can feel that energy in the tunnel before we walk out. So we recognize how significant this moment of a World Cup is, not just for us, but for these players. So as match officials, our job is to really make sure that the game is fair, that consistency prevails, that these players have the space to showcase their skills, and it's entertaining for all. So for us, it's better if we're not talked about. Of course, you call it controversy, I call it just the game. There's always going to be decisions that draw discussion. And that is part of the fishbowl that we live in of this profession. At the same time, it's important to know that referees, we get out there and we just want to get the decision right for the good of the game. And our job is not the villain. We're not trying to ruin your World Cup chances. We are there to try and get the decision right. And that's what we fight every day to do.
I've been told I've only got to ask one more question because we're running out of time, but I'm going to ask two questions in one question, if that's okay. When I watch the equipment now that you are told to wear or you're being asked to wear, not only necessarily around the waist, I see now the camera's been added to the head, which is absolutely spectacular to watch in live play. It actually takes me back out there on the pitch, so it's beautiful to see. But from your perspective, being in a FIFA World Cup and you're carrying all of this equipment, including a camera right next to your forehead, how does that feel? That's the first question. And the second question would be video review technology. How is it for you? How was it during this World Cup officiating the game with it interfering every now and again?
Yeah, first, the technology is always advancing, right? If you had said 4 years ago, we're going to have cameras strapped to our faces running around the field, I would have said, what are you talking about? But I do think it creates such a unique perspective. And I hope that, like you said, it gives you that first person view of the best seat in the house. That's what referees have. We have the best seat in the house. And so I hope it excites people to want to try to be a referee, to pick up the whistle, because they see the incredible perspective that we have. As far as VAR, VAR is a tool for us to be successful. The game is faster than it's ever been before. And referees, we try and get the decision right, but we don't always get it right. We're human. And so this game is down to centimeters, and you've seen it through offside decisions that have just been toenails almost this World Cup. So I'm a big fan of technology. It's there to help us. We want to get the decisions right and make sure that the players decide the outcome, not the referees. And VAR helps us do that.
Very political answer right there, Tori. I'll let you away with it right now.
Good.
Media training's working well.
One quick question, sort of on that subject, Tori. If there was one thing that you as a referee could say to fans collectively to sort of bear in mind when they critique, and it's not always critical, but often with fans, they're critiquing referees rather than celebrating the work of referees. What's one message you'd like to give to a fan who's watching one of your games?
We're human. And just like players, they make mistakes. How many players miss passes or penalty kicks or shots on goal? We don't want to get decisions wrong, but we do, and we're human. So the more grace we provide referees, the better for the game.
That's a great message. Thanks so much, Tori, for coming on, and congratulations to you and your family.
Absolute trailblazer.
Yeah.
So proud of you. Well done. Congratulations.